What is your American dream?
My American dream is to have a combination of living in an urban environment with a lot of culture and beautiful things, but also being able to be around nature.
As someone who's not a Native American, the dream was to come here and do art and be creative and do it at a high level and have it seen by everyone out there, and it's definitely coming true.
I just want to do what I love and be able to make a living off of that.
American dream is like free, like everybody free, and then everybody friendly.
The American dream was to just come to the United States for a better and greener pastures, and I did achieve that.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Now my microphone is on. I will repeat everything I just said. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. It is Pop-Up Fri-Yay. My name is Brad Bernstein. We're popping up. We never know when we're going to pop up. We don't even know how to turn on our microphones. At least I don't. But I finally got it on, and now everybody can hear me. And somewhere out in the internet, ethernet, somewhere in this universe, I am joined, popping up also, somewhere. Yo-Yo, Ness-Quick, it's Fri-Yay. What's up?
It's Fri-Yay.
What's up?
Friday.
Do you have big plans? Big plans for this weekend. I know Yo-Yo does.
I do.
You do.
Vanessa, I want to hear about him.
Vanessa, I want to hear about Ness-Quick's plans. What she's low-key about, Ness-Quick, she's not even talking. She didn't even say she had plans. That means she's very low-key. That means it's going to be like really big, but she won't fill us in.
She doesn't want.
She's very low-key on the big plans right now.
No, I'm actually with some family in Houston right now. So
you are in Houston right now. That is correct. You said you were going there for the weekend. So it is actually approximately 4:30 New York time in Houston. I guess it's 2:30 or 3:30? 2:30.
1 hour, yeah. So 3:30.
3:30. 3:30. Yeah. And how is Houston? You know, I've never been to Houston in my life. What's goes on there? What's happening in Houston?
Yeah, this is my first time in Houston. It's nice out here. The weather's nice. It's kind of there was a lot of rain just now, but it's like summer out here right now. It's like 80, 70, so nice little pre-birthday weekend, little family getaway thing. So that's what I'm up to.
Yo, she's rubbing it in 80 degrees where I am and sunny. Rubbing it in, right? Basking in the sun in Houston, Texas. All right, let's say hello to the squad. Moya Lee, squad up. Asila Inat, squad up. Carol Anderson, the Tiger. By the way, I had noticed Carol is double fisting both on YouTube and Facebook. I'm starting on YouTube today. But I noticed, guys, Yo-Yo and Vanessa, I've noticed Carol Anderson, the Tiger, has changed her I guess, profile photo on Facebook. Is she in front of a pumpkin? Could that be? No, she can't be. She's in front of something orange. It is not a pumpkin. I thought she was in front of a pumpkin at first, but since she watches, but since she watches every day, you know, the people who watch every day, I know what their profiles look like. So she just definitely changed her profile. Let's finish. Life of a New Mom, Sasha and AJ Ford. How are you? Arlene Lucis, squad up. Mark Clark. Hi, Brad. Much is free to send on. How much is the fee to send on with the I-130? $535. Shh, don't share it with anybody. All right, it's $535. We'll tell everybody. $535 smackaroos, Yo-Yo.
Yeah.
You ever say that 535? You ever say the word smackaroo?
Absolutely not.
You've never, ever. You never went to a friend of yours and say, hey, you lost the bet, $535 smackaroos. And by the way, now I can't hear you. So give me a second. This is a disaster right now. This is an absolute disaster. My wires are coming out all over the place. Now, what did you say, Yo-Yo? You never said the word smackaroo, right?
If I said that, I probably said it when I was younger.
What?
Definitely say it in my adult years.
What is like, the uncoolest word you've ever said in your life? Like something like, that is so uncool what I just said. What's like the most uncool thing you've ever said? Because it's like 535. Because I can tell you right now, in my 52 years, as I'm thinking about it, me saying live on YouTube and Facebook to the entire Brad Squad, 535 smackaroos could be the most uncool thing I've ever said in my 52 years of life.
I think the most uncool thing, I got really mad. When I was younger, I was like a nerd. Right. So like I got really mad and I said, you better watch out, bucko.
Bucko!
Like,
what? That's pretty uncool, bucko. I'm going to tell you something. Yeah. When you come at somebody who said, listen, bucko, nobody's getting scared. Nobody's getting scared when you call them bucko. What about you, Ness-Quick?
I was going to say my friend doesn't even say anything that's uncool. I wasn't sure if Yo-Yo was capable of
No, he said bucko. I've said smackaroos. Vanessa, what's the most uncool thing you've ever said?
I'm too cool to not be cool, Brad.
Mevy, sorry, how are you? Bread and butter. What's going on, Squad Up? Let's check out what's going on Facebook. Joan Grant, Squad Up. Sasha Ford, Squad Up. Dion Watson, how are you? And who else we got here? Kareen Plunkett, Squad Up. Natisha Gordon, Squad Up. And who else should we say? Monica Stone, Arlene Lucis, Beverly Thompson, and Jessica Leamy, who just says, boo. Now, I just want you to go, because this is a pop-up. We got to go quickly. All right, tell everybody to please share and everything. And we're going to get right into our schmoozing, because our pop-ups, we go boom, 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 boom. Yo-Yo, take it away.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Now, this is the time you guys can join the Brad Squad VIP member. All you have to do is put the Brad Squad in Facebook. It's not this actual page. It's a page that you actually have to press join, and then we'll accept it. You will get to put in your questions anytime throughout the day, and we'll ask the first 5 questions before any of the questions on social media check-in. All right, now, sharing is caring. Everybody on Facebook, we need you guys to share. Press that little button that says share with the arrow that's pointing to the right. You can share it anywhere, to anybody. All right, it's so many different avenues that you can share it on. You can copy the link and send it in a text. You can copy the link and send it on Twitter, on Instagram. You could still send your Facebook to all social medias, any social media site, and also send it to people through a DM. You can send it in an inbox. You can send it to different communities and groups. All right, please put in all your questions now. We will still be doing social media check-in for pop-up, but you have to put it in now because we're going to be rolling fast. All right, Ness-Quick, what are we going to do on YouTube?
Okay, Squad, on YouTube, if you haven't already, which is the most important thing that you can do for yourselves, is subscribe to our channel. Make sure you turn on the notification bell so you know when Brad's show is live, even on a pop-up like this. So you need to turn on that notification bell so you guys are noted on when we are on. Of course, right below, you're going to find the share arrow, guys. So if you click that, it'll allow you to copy the link, and that way you can share it with a friend, share it with a family member. Like we say all the time, there's so many people out there that still don't know that Brad's Show Live is happening, and we want to keep growing this community. We want people to know more and more about the great service that we're doing here, and you never know when you can introduce somebody to this show and get their immigration question answered. So be that source. But nevertheless, you guys know what I'm going to ask you for as well. Those thumbs up. We need those thumbs up. If you're loving what we do here, please give us a thumbs up. It lets YouTube know that there's great things happening on this channel, and it'll build more exposure for us to build our squad bigger and bigger to be able to help more and more people. Make sure that you put your comments in the comment box below so we can answer your questions later on for social media check-in. And of course, you guys can find us on Instagram. If you don't have time for a full show, or if you missed the pop-up live, you will be able to catch the best snippets of our show on Instagram. So follow us there, show us some love, some likes, some comments, and you can always send your immigration questions in the direct message there on Instagram, and someone in our squad or Brad will get back to you guys. But most importantly, let's share. We know this show is going to be quick today, so it's going to be juicy. Let's get right into it. Schmoozing with Brad.
All right, so a lot happened yesterday. Very eventful Thursday night, Yo-Yo and Vanessa. By the way, my apologies to Dion Reed, who says, Uncle Brad, pop up or not, please mention the early bird in the squad because I didn't hear my name.
Woo!
Dion Reed, do you hear your name now? Do you hear it? Do you hear? Yo-Yo, can you say that name, please?
Dion Reed for the early bird. Shout you out.
Vanessa, can you just, shout out Dion Reed so she doesn't feel left out?
Dion Reed, we see you bright and early. Early bird gets the word.
All right, you're ready to do the Dion Reed song now just because, we forgot. Let's see, what's the song? D-I-O-N-N-E-R-E-I-D, Dion Reed, Dion Reed. We did it like Bradshaw Live and Mickey Mouse all at the same time. And actually, Dion Reed, it went with the Mickey Mouse song, right? D-I-O-N-N-E-R-E-I-D, Dion Reed, Dion Reed.
A lot of Mickey Mouse Club, Brad. That's a lot of Mickey Mouse.
All right, meanwhile, yesterday, Dion Reed. Yesterday, it's like a show for Dion Reed. Yesterday, there was a lot going on. First of all, it was Mom's birthday. Okay, yes. we went out for fish dinner. Okay, and then after, everyone had banana cream pie. But then after, there came out a cake with a candle. Don't you love banana cream pie? So good.
I do.
Okay, and then a cake came out with a candle. And then, of course, my sister had to order baklava, so I took a bite of that too.
Ooh, baklava.
So I ate healthy with the fish, and I just lost it all at the dessert.
Yeah. Basically.
The intention was there.
The intention was there. Then
was it?
I just look at the news for a second, and I see my New York Giants winning. I lost my thing again. What is going on with this today? Jesus. Excuse me for that language. Excuse-moi. Where is my thing? Excuse me 1 second. I got to get down here.
Ness-Quick, did you watch the debate? I watched the debate.
All right, I'm going to put this. I am going to put this where the sun doesn't shine. All right, where the guy had his golden nuggets yesterday on Wednesday. All right, so it doesn't fall out again. There we go.
Brad has to narrate it. You know that he has to keep the squad informed in every move that's being made.
It is not where the sun doesn't shine. That was fake news. But if I were to go through an airport in India, maybe they would find. No, they wouldn't.
Some gold nuggets.
Some gold nuggets, right? For those of you who don't know, watched on Wednesday, that's the references from Wednesday. But, so, the Giants lost.
Mm-hmm.
They were up. Oh. They were up by 11 points with 5 minutes to go, and they blew it.
Blew it.
That
was very unfortunate for y'all.
Yeah. And then I went home and I watched the debate, not live. I didn't watch it live. I watched it after the fact. I rewatched it after it was live. And this is what we discovered from the debate.
All right.
Did you watch?
I did watch it. That's what I was telling Ness-Quick while you were fooling.
Yeah.
I watched it with my best friend. This is something that I told you, like, I've been really getting my friends together and kind of forcing them, to watch it, not only read about it and like watch the clips, like snippets of it. I want them to sit in and watch it real time. So we all watched it. We discussed it. Also did it with my family. So yeah, so I'm ready to talk
You know what?
about it.
It's actually very interesting. This is the first year that I know that people were having like watch parties for the debate. Like I know lots of people who got together and said, we're going to stay home and watch the debate. Maybe because of coronavirus, people aren't going out as much anymore. I don't know. But there was a lot of watch parties. I spoke to at least 3 different people who were at or hosting watch parties last night. Now you're the 4th person that I've heard that from.
It's important.
Yeah.
It's important. We need to.
So the debate started with the pandemic. Trump argued the situation could be a lot worse and that the virus was going to go away. He is pushing for schools to reopen. He said the risk of transmission to teachers is very low. While Biden warned that the country is entering a very dark winter and reminded Americans that maybe another 200,000 people may possibly die of coronavirus in the next few months. When discussing the COVID-19 pandemic and the response to it, the president said that our hometown, New York City, is a ghost town. He was criticizing the restaurants and other businesses that have closed as a result of the pandemic. Now, Andrew Cuomo, who is the governor of New York, he appeared on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, and he made a very valid point. He said that New York has a lower infection rate than the White House. Very true. And one of Governor Cuomo's top aides, Melissa DeRosa, tweeted, New York has the 3rd lowest positivity rate in the entire country, and we're the most dense city in the entire country.
And now, we started like one of the top ones.
Yes.
Everybody was scared about New York.
Yeah. Now, if Trump had done a European travel ban in January on top of the China ban, perhaps we would have had coronavirus under control. Perhaps if he was leading people to wear masks, perhaps we would have it also under control. Now, comedian and TV host Samantha Bee tweeted, he thinks New York is a ghost town because every time he's here, all he hears is boo. Boo. Now, Trump also tried to find traction with the unsubstantiated and convoluted claims about Biden's son, Hunter Biden, which have failed to manifest into the October surprise that Trump supporters had hoped for. Trump says he is terminating Obamacare, which is the Affordable Care Act. He's hoping the Supreme Court will call it unconstitutional. Yet Biden said if that happens, 20 million people would lose their coverage, and anybody who wants to buy health care with a pre-existing condition will not be able to get it. Biden said health care is a right, not a privilege, and he introduced a new term, Vanessa, called Biden Care. Biden Care. I don't know what Biden Care is, but it's his new
or what it will
term.
entail.
So what'd you think of all of this, Vanessa?
I actually didn't get to catch the debate live, but I was discussing it with some family here, and at least it sounded like it was much more civil than,
than it was best.
The crazy, the last time.
I think the moderator did a really good job with controlling that as well. But,
I have to watch it back.
Yeah, of course, with them muting the mics, that helped a lot as well.
Yeah.
But I thought that she did really well.
Yeah,
as well.
Kristen Welker did a great job, much better than the first guy from Fox, who couldn't control it. Chris Wallace, who couldn't control anybody. Now, as far as immigration is concerned, Joe Biden said this. He said within 100 days of his presidency, he is going to introduce a bill for amnesty for the 11 million plus people who are here out of status in America, including all DACA recipients. Now, what does that mean, amnesty? Who would qualify? Is it 11 million? Is it 5 million? Is it 50 million? We don't know. But we do know it will be a lot better than if Trump is the president of the United States. Now, Trump said as far as the separation of families at the border, there's 545 children in custody in the United States. They can't find their parents. He said they're trying very hard to find the parents, and that these children are very well taken care of. You are not well taken care of if you are a child who gets separated from your parent. It's a trauma you never will recover from ever in your entire life. Getting stripped from your parent and living in a jail no matter how well they're taken care of. And trust me, they are not. They are not at the Four Seasons. They're not even at the Marriott. They're not even in the Motel 6.
Right.
Okay.
First of all,
they're in the Cockroach Hotel.
When he kept on getting asked this question, like he just kept on just diverting, and he would never really answer the actual question. And then he kind of said something to the fact where these kids are being brought in by coyotes and lions, and basically their parents are thugs and rapists.
No. These are families who are escaping violence. We've had activist after activist who is helping these people. We've witnessed it on Bradshaw Live firsthand who most of these people are. They are people who live in very violent areas and are escaping for their lives with their family and coming to the border and ending up in tent camps and having their families separated. It's like leaving a war zone and running into a fire. That is what they are doing.
Brad, with your experience, how do you feel about Biden's take on immigration, and will that be able to be something that he'll?
Well, Biden's take on immigration is that
realistic?
It is a disgrace. It is an absolute disgrace what is happening to the children and the families on the border. It is a violation of human rights to not allow them to enter the United States as long as they are not violent, and allow them to go to a hearing and leave them on the other side of a fence in a tent waiting to be granted asylum for maybe 1, 2, 3 years, living in a tent. That's not any way welcoming, humanitarian. And it's a violation of decent human rights. And if it's not, it's certainly a violation of decency and humanity, and certainly not what America stands for. As far as the amnesty, if Biden is going to pass an amnesty, the only way immigration amnesty would ever pass is if Biden wins, the House remains Democratic, and the Senate becomes overwhelmingly Democratic, which I think is unlikely but possible. Even if the Senate's 51 Democrat, 49 Republican, there will be Democrats from conservative areas that may not want to vote for amnesty. Now, so you would have to have an overwhelming Democratic majority to just get an amnesty passed in 100 days. However, I could see a situation where there is an amnesty that is passed in conjunction with a much larger bill reforming immigration and giving some things to Republicans and other conservatives to make an amnesty more palatable or amenable in terms of one grand bargain. We'll have to see what the makeup of the Senate and the House is before we start jumping up and down saying, okay, amnesty's around the corner.
It's just a lot of damage done.
The last time an amnesty passed, it was a general amnesty passed. I mean, they had Liberian amnesty. They've had amnesty for targeted niche groups. But the last time a general amnesty passed, I was in high school. It was 1986. So we have lived almost closing in on 35, 40 years, 2 generations of our life with no amnesty. So and we have a very divided country. So I don't, it's nice to say I'm going to deliver an amnesty package.
Yeah.
The Democrats, the Senate would have to be 60% Democratic. The House would have to remain Democratic for an amnesty to pass as easily as Biden said it would. Now, that doesn't mean
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that doesn't mean an amnesty won't pass. It'll just be part of a grander package where you may get an amnesty, but you may get more restrictive immigration somewhere else. You know, because you got to have a grand bargain and
nice.
give it. Yes, exactly. And finally, as part of the debate, there was a big debate about Black Lives Matter. You know, as the debate turned to a discussion of the Black Lives Matter movement, Biden jabbed Trump for his earlier boast that no president since Abraham Lincoln has helped black people more than he has. Biden said, Abraham Lincoln here is one of the most racist presidents we've had in modern history. He pours fuel on every single racist fire, every single one. Trump, in response, touted his record on criminal justice reform and said he's the least racist person in the room, which drew a strong reaction on social media. Ito Isando tweeted, here's a pro tip. Anyone that says they're the least racist person in the room is, in fact, the most racist person in the room. Yara Shahidi tweeted, also, can we take a second to acknowledge that Trump said to Kristen Welker, a black woman, that he's the least racist person in the room? And Anna Navarro tweeted, Donald Trump just told a woman of color, who he repeatedly attacked, that he is the least racist person in the room. And she is such a consummate professional, she didn't even laugh. I'm sure Yo-Yo has something to say.
Yeah. I mean, anybody who says that, just like they said, is the most racist person. It's just like whoever smelt it, dealt it. Like that's guilt right there. And that still shows that you're racist. It was ridiculous. The fact that he said, because when he said that, he said, you know, the first time I heard about Black Lives Matter, all I heard was them chanting pigs in a blanket. And I was like, whoa, this is horrible. You shouldn't be saying this. So he was like, what I thought about with Black Lives Matter was just a bunch of black people that were angry and wanted to hurt police officers. So even with him saying that, knowing that that is not the history of Black Lives Matter, that is not how it started, and that's not why it started. Him saying that just keeps on building this divide.
Just adding on, he has no awareness. He has no awareness for the community, for the Black Lives Matter, for people that are standing for this cause, and it's like so ignorant.
You know what, Yo-Yo, it is so obvious what he said is deranged, a lie, psychopathic. It's so obvious he's a racist. I just got to agree with you. You know, we can sit here and agree with each other for the next 30 minutes, but everything I said, I agree. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we got to have some fun stuff for Fri-Yay, right?
Fri-Yay.
Okay, because it is Fri-Yay. Let's do it. So, Dad's genius Zoom Halloween costume for his daughter is really scary good. This has been the year of Zoom fatigue. Okay? I mean, you guys know that. You're on Zoom, basically Zoom right now, right? But one dad had a genius idea for a Halloween costume tribute to video meetings. Greg Diesenbach, a 42-year-old creative director for the creative design agency in Iowa, created a Zoom costume for his 12-year-old daughter, Ada. The homemade costume depicts a virtual meeting with 9 people, people and monsters on the call. But here's the catch. 8 of the Zoom attendees are actually Diesenbach's daughter. The center square, which is the hole for her head, shows her wearing the costume in real time. But the really Halloween-y characters, the Invisible Man, the Black Lagoon, the creature from the Black Lagoon, the Wolfman, Dracula, they're all her as well. You'll notice that top middle Zoom square labeled Next Victim is an Ada. That's the space where anyone admiring the impressive Zoom costumes will see an image of themselves.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
So I don't understand, how is she wearing this?
So cute.
Or she's not wearing this. I'm not fully getting it.
I think it's probably something she'll hold, though.
Yeah?
Like a cardboard thing.
Like a cardboard thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. I get it now.
Like behind it.
Yeah, I get it now.
Yeah.
What is the best Halloween costume you've ever worn, Vanessa Ness-Quick Contreras?
Oh, I was a unicorn once. And I was like a really good unicorn. There was that.
I think mine was.
I'm one of those Halloween people. I like pretty things when it comes to Halloween. I've never loved how close my birthday is to Halloween. I'm like a glam person, and then there's mummies, and there's zombies, and there's things.
You're not zombies. You're not mummies.
I'm pink.
Correct. You are all glam, right?
Me too.
Yeah.
All glam. All right. And finally, meanwhile, there's been another pandemic fallout. Just Born Quality Confections, the company that produces Peeps, says its holiday-themed marshmallow treats will not be in Halloween candy baskets this year. Those are my favorite. I love those marshmallow things. Yeah. Now, they're not even going to be in stores for Christmas. Halloween,
I don't like those
Halloween
things.
Peeps, which are shaped like pumpkins, ghosts, and monsters, and Christmas Peeps, they're not going to return until 2021. The company will skip Valentine's Day as well. The Bethlehem, Pennsylvania-based company in April temporarily suspended the production of all its candy. That's upsetting. Why is that Fri-Yay news? That's Fri-Boo news.
Yeah.
The Peeps. I've never liked those Peeps.
All right, here's the last one. How about this one? Let's see. Oh, I like this one. I like this one, Yo-Yo and Vanessa. A young couple who was recently reported in the New York Post. Okay, a young couple went out for dinner at a very fancy restaurant in Soho. You know Soho, right, guys?
Yes.
Okay, and they went to a very fancy French restaurant by the name of Balthazar. Have you ever been there?
Oh, that looks very familiar.
Yes, it's right on. It's on Prince and Crosby. Like, it's like when you go. Jill whispered.
I've never been, but I've seen that.
Jill whispered in my ear, one of my favorites.
Ooh.
One of my favorites. She's getting me hungry now. So when you leave our office, you walk up about 15 minutes. You get to Prince Street. You make a right, and it's 1 block away. A fancy, French bistro. So a young couple, they went to dine there this past week or so. And for those who don't know, Balthazar, it's a Big Apple iconic restaurant. It's been around forever. And they ordered a bottle of $18 Pinot Noir, the cheapest wine on the menu. But the waiter, he screwed up. And he opened up a bottle of $2,000 Mouton Rothschild by accident, served it to them, and they believed they were drinking the $18 Pinot Noir. Now, what happened was the waiter poured the two wines into identical decanters, but the pricey one was mistakenly taken to the couple's table who ordered the $18 Pinot Noir, but it was supposed to go some Wall Street bigwigs who ordered the most expensive bottle of wine on the menu. Now, the funny thing is about these Wall Street bigwigs, according to this article, they had no idea that they were drinking the $18 Pinot Noir, and they were going crazy that this was the best wine they ever drank. The owner of the restaurant said the young couple was ecstatic by the restaurant's mistake and told me it was like the bank making an error in their favor. The trouble was, it was me who was down to $2,000, not the bank, unfortunately. And in fact, the restaurant's night manager said the host of the business meeting actually praised the purity of the cheapest wine on the list. And they thought, until they were told about the mistake, they thought they were drinking really good wine. Isn't that funny?
So does the server still have his job or not?
That was not in the article. I hope that the owner did not take that out of his salary or his tips.
Nice.
Yeah,
have you ever had that mistake? Like something like that where you're like, wow, I just got something for like tons of money that I shouldn't have. Never happened to me. Never happened to me.
Not that I can think of right now.
Never happened. Like you bought a coach ticket and they gave you business class by mistake. Never happened to me.
Nope,
never happened to me. Like I ordered like a burger and they brought like a nice juicy filet mignon.
Oh.
No, never happened to me at all.
Not a thing.
Can't
relate.
I don't relate to any of this article at all. That doesn't. My luck never happens in restaurants like that.
I just want to be that young couple with that mistaken wine, though.
Wouldn't that be great? Yeah. All right, so let's get to some immigration questions. We have a whole bunch of open lines because people don't realize this is maybe an immigration show. We're going to be answering your immigration questions. We're only going to take 7 calls, so call right now, 1-800-529-5465. Yo-Yo, why don't you tell everybody, and Vanessa, why don't you tell everybody what they need to do while I stretch to take our 7 immigration calls. We have open lines, so call.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we have a lot of open lines. The only way we can get those filled up is if you start these watch parties. Everybody on Facebook, all you have to do is click on share, more options, watch party, and host or start. So make sure you do that. It'll take the video from our page to your page, and you will be the host. Everybody will be commenting under your video. Send them over to our page and tell them to put in their questions right now or to call in ASAP. Sharing is still caring. I still need you guys all to share. Please share it to anybody's page. Share it to groups. Inbox it. You could copy the link. You could also send it in the text message blast. All right. Now, Ness-Quick, what are we going to do on YouTube?
On YouTube Squad, we should already be subscribed to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you always know when Brad's show is live, whether it's a pop-up or a regularly scheduled program. We are here. We are live, and Brad is in need of these calls. So let's get into it. 1-800-529-5465. Leave your comments in the comment section. We'll be answering your questions during social media check-in. But most importantly, since this is where we're getting those live questions answered, make sure that you share, and you copy the link in that share arrow and send it to text messages. Let people know that this is happening right now and they need to hop on. You never know when there's someone out there who really needs this immigration help and you know about this source. So be that person that connects them, guys. It is so important to share. And like I'm always asking from you guys, let's turn those gray thumbs blue. Give us that thumbs up, and that lets YouTube know that we're doing great work here, and it'll keep this show going. So make sure that you share and that you give us those thumbs up. Of course, guys, we are on Instagram, so check us out there. If you can't catch a full show, you can catch the best snippets on Instagram. Let's get these phone lines going. 1-800-529-5465, where you will be getting the answers to your immigration questions.
All right, Victoria, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, what's going on? How can I help you?
Hi, Brad. I have a question. I have a friend that he had 4 DUIs in the last 20 years. Mm-hmm. The last DUI was almost like 8 years ago, and now he's applying for citizenship. Now, there's one question that they're asking: have you ever been a habitual drunkard? Is he supposed to answer yes or no?
No, he was somebody who was drinking and driving on 4 separate occasions, but I don't think that makes you a habitual drunkard. A habitual drunkard is somebody who's drunk all the time. Over 20 years, as far as I can tell, he was drunk 4 times behind the wheel of a car.
Yeah, so is that the same as alcoholic?
I think a habitual drunkard is somebody who is literally drunk all the time.
Okay. He says that he used to drink on the weekends, every weekend.
That's not habitual drunkard is every day, but you know, you can choose to answer it any way you want. I mean, if you believe you're a habitual drunkard, go answer it yes. But that's not habitual drunkenness to me. Okay.
Now, the officer can say, that he was a habitual drunkard because he has 4 DUI. So how would he explain that?
The officer can say whatever he wants. He has 4 DUIs that happened more than 5 years ago. You have to prove 5 years good moral character.
Okay. So what would you recommend to?
I don't know the man. If he's drunk every day, then he's a habitual drunkard. If he was drunk 4 times behind the wheel, he made 4 mistakes more than 5 years ago. None of them make you deportable, and he has 5 years good moral character. That's how I would present it.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you. Okay.
Let's go to Passand in Queens, New York.
Hi, Brad. How are you?
How are you?
Just a quick question. I'm calling on behalf of my brother. His case has been pending at the U.S. Consulate since December 2019. He had an interview that time, in December 2019, but
who sponsored him?
Because hello.
Who sponsored your brother that he got into in
my
2019?
sister-in-law. She's a U.S. citizen now.
All right, so she's his wife then.
Yes.
Okay, and where is your brother?
In Nepal.
In Nepal. Okay, and what happened at the interview?
Interview was cancelled because of the medical in December 2019.
Because of what?
Because of the medical, his medical.
What was wrong with the medical?
I don't know. They doubt. So after 8 weeks, the medical report was clear.
What was wrong with the medical? Something happened at his medical appointment. What happened?
The chest report was not clear. They doubt, I think, TB, but it was not TB.
What was it?
They didn't say anything, but
right,
everything
so
was...
sometimes you take an X-ray and it looks like you have TB, even though you don't have symptoms. You have to take medication for 6 months, go back, take another X-ray, show you don't have TB, and then they schedule the appointment.
Yeah, they did, and actually, reschedule was in March 2019. March 2020 this year. But because the corona, it was again cancelled. So he had an interview 2 weeks ago, in October 7th.
And
he was issued 221G.
Why?
And 221G and asked to some. I don't know.
I don't know either. 221G, what that says is you're not admissible to the United States.
They asked everything is fine, only the evidence of relationship. They said photos, chats, reports, phone logs.
Maybe they don't believe it's a real marriage. But when you call me up and you say 221G, that's like just saying he was denied. It doesn't tell me why. So I think he needs a consultation. We'll figure it out. Hold on one second. All right.
Okay.
Let's go to Hafez in Bronx. Hafez.
Hi, how are you, sir?
How are you?
I'm good, sir. Thanks so much. Actually, I am asking a question on behalf of my friend.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little complicated. Let me explain you. He entered in the United States in 2016 and applied asylum, got denied, referred to the court, and then after his master calendar hearing, he got married to his wife, and now he's waiting for his individual hearing is in next year, September 2021. So the problem is he applied, his wife, she applied I-130 last year. It's been 13 months, no interview, no decision, no RFE, nothing came. He's a little nervous. What's going to happen because the individual is coming up soon, in
the
7-8
individual
months.
For the asylum, he has to make two things. Number one, I would make a motion to recalendar and take his case off the individual calendar, recalendar to a master calendar to advise a judge that you filed a bona fide marriage exemption. Hopefully that's what he did with an I-130, and you want to complete the adjustment. You don't want to complete the asylum. And then number two, threaten or actually file a mandamus to force an interview.
It's been 13 months.
You just repeated yourself. I know it's 13 months, so I just told you what to do.
Right.
So listen to the words that come out of my mouth. Okay, what else would you like to tell me? I just gave you the answer. What else would you like to tell me?
I got it. My question is, my question is, for instance, right before 1 month of individual hearing, can you still able to recalendar?
Yeah, but your judge is going to be really angry. Do it now.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Brett. Have a good day.
You're welcome. Let's go to Stephen in the Bronx. Stephen.
Hey, Brad. What's up, man?
What's up?
First and foremost, great show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Calling for myself. Basically, the 2-year green card expired 31st of January this year. I sent in everything they asked me for. They sent me 1 year and 8 months extension.
Right.
I do the fingerprint again over and over, but until then I don't get nothing in the mail.
How long has it been since you filed?
From January.
Of this year?
Yeah, because
did you get an extension notice?
Yeah, 1 year, 8 months.
All right, you mean 18 months. So it's going to take 18 to 24 months before you get an interview because of Trump, because of Corona. So you're right on track right now.
So basically, one of my cousins died, yesterday. So I was thinking to go down back to Jamaica, but I'm scared to use that paper.
If you have that extension notice, and it's valid still because you're still within that valid 18 months. You can travel with the expired green card and that extension notice. It's perfectly fine to travel with those two documents together. You'll be able to go home and come back.
Okay,
so nothing to be scared about. Enjoy your trip.
Okay,
and be safe.
Thank you very much. Sir.
All right.
God bless you.
You too.
All right, thanks.
All right, let's go to Lisa in Miami. Lisa.
Hey, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
How you doing?
Good.
Okay, so my question is, I'm undocumented. Me and my husband got married in 2008. We put in recently this year. I just got back the I-797,
right?
And it was approved. But right now, it's kind of like he's giving me this runaround type of not so good feeling or vibe. So
he's giving you a runaround vibe, you said?
Yeah,
right.
Meaning like he doesn't want to go forward.
Like you don't feel like he's enthusiastic to help you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now.
And I have 2 kids, but they was born here.
With him.
One with him, the other one no, but they are born here in America.
And is there any violence? Is there any abuse? Is there any extreme emotional abuse?
Yes.
All right. What can you comfortable to share? Just very, very briefly and very, very vaguely, without upsetting yourself or talking about your own personal things to everybody.
Okay.
Can you talk about that or not really?
Well, he hasn't been home for 2 days. He'll say things like, if I ask for money, he doesn't give me money. He doesn't support me financially, emotionally, physically. It's just me and the kids here. So whatever he feels like he wants to do, I'm not supposed to question him or ask him anything.
All right, so we have to delve a lot more into this to see exactly what the emotional abuse is. But there's no physical abuse, but we got to delve a lot more into it. He's obviously doesn't sound like a very good husband. We got to see if we can develop an extreme emotional abuse case. Hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Let's go to Nikki in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Nikki. Hi, Nikki.
Hi, hello.
Good, how are you?
Hi, good. I filed I-130 in November last year, and I get all my receipts, and the last paper I sent in was I-130A, and they received it on July 26th. So it's 60 days, and I'm waiting. What can I do next?
Who's sponsoring you?
Huh?
Your husband's sponsoring you?
I'm sponsoring him.
You're sponsoring him. Where is he?
In the island.
Okay, so when you filed the I-130, you didn't file a complete case, and then they gave you an RFE for the I-130A, and you replied and provided it sometime this summer. So it is only at this summer that your case actually left the starting line. So until you have a completed case, it's as if you never filed to begin with. So unfortunately, they screwed you, and you kind of screwed yourself in a way because you didn't do it properly. So now that you filed the I-130A and hopefully you've done everything else properly, your case starts from the time when the I-130A was received. And you're unfortunately going to be waiting because of Corona, because of Trump, 9-12 months for an approval from whenever you submitted that I-130A.
Okay.
So it's sad, but that's what it is.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Moral of the story is you can't do cases by yourself these days. You really need somebody to help you. I'm not saying call me, but you really need somebody to help you. Let's go to... Whoops. Let's go to Joseph in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Joseph.
Hello, Mr. Brad. Good afternoon.
Joseph,
good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. I have two quick questions. It's one question per se. Me and my wife, she filed for me around 2017, and recently they request for more evidence. But during that time, my wife, she has a alcoholic problem. We have a little big issue where she abused me. I even got restraining order or something like that. So when they request for more evidence, she is the only one that reply to them. And then I don't know, they request more evidence. And when they reply, they said they deny, but she can appeal because of she's the one that replied.
But you're an abused spouse.
Yes. So what I'm trying to say now is this.
So what you should do as an abused spouse, somebody who has a restraining order against his wife, and obviously there's obviously physical abuse to have a restraining order, as well as perhaps emotional abuse, is you got to file a VAWA case. You do it on your own.
Yes, this is where I'm going now, sir.
You don't do anything with her.
No, right now my lawyer have already filed VAWA case for me.
Okay.
But now because we got back and everything seems to be fine, and she insists she wants to appeal the case, because we have everything.
Are you with your wife or you're filing a VAWA case? Because they're two different things. Because if you're filing a VAWA case, whatever your wife does, she does. That has no bearing on you. You're filing a VAWA case. You're moving on with your life without her.
Oh, okay. I know. So I just want to be sure if she put anything in about it.
She can stand on her head and juggle balls as far as you care. You're moving forward on a VAWA case.
Okay. Thank you very much. That is what I want to confirm, sir. Thank you.
Good luck.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, Yo-Yo and Vanessa. By the way, I got to tell everybody, if you didn't get your immigration questions answered, you can always follow me on Instagram at @RealBradBernstein. Drop me a DM. I'll try to answer the questions as best as I can. You can also follow us at Bradshaw Live on Instagram for the best 1, 2, 3 minutes. If you can't handle 2 hours of Bradshaw Live on YouTube and Facebook, but you can handle 2, 3 minutes of looking at me and Yo-Yo and Vanessa, that's the place to be. And Yo-Yo and Vanessa.
Yep, you guys can follow me at Yonathan Elias TV on all social media platforms.
And you guys can find me at Vanessa.Contreras TV.
And by the way, if you want to be a part of Bradshaw Live and you want to participate in a virtual game with Yonathan or Vanessa and appear on our show at a future date, all you got to do is send us a direct message on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, and we'll have somebody from our Bradshaw Live crew reach out to you to discuss what virtual games you can play. Remember, there's Bradified Marriage, there's Who Invented It, Immigrant or American, all sorts of things. But in the meantime, we're going to do something. Called Social Media Check-In. All right, what do we got?
All right, Carmen Cava, a Brad Squad member, saying, I'm a U.S. citizen and my husband is a U.S. resident, been married for 11 years. We want to get his son from the Dominican Republic, who is 25 years old. Will it be faster if he is petitioned by his stepmother, which is a U.S. citizen, or father, who's a U.S. resident?
When did they get married?
Got married for 11 years, so 11 years ago.
Yeah, the stepfather, who's a U.S. citizen, is faster.
No. The stepmother.
Who is the U.S. citizen, is faster.
The next one comes from Mimi Sari on YouTube if someone is filing an I-6-3 in remaining custody of detention, can that person revoke the request and request for early voluntary departure instead?
Of course. They'll be happy to they'll be happy to watch you leave the country.
Goji Gerbovic on YouTube asks, I was arrested for a DUI in February 2016. The charges were dropped September 2017 after a diversion. I've been a green card holder since 2013. Can I apply for citizenship next year in February, or do I have to wait until September 2022?
Well, if it was one arrest and there was a diversion case, you could file for citizenship. You just got to prove good moral character, because you did have an arrest within a 5-year period. But yeah, go try. One arrest in a 5-year period that got dismissed, I still think you would become a citizen.
ChipX on YouTube. I went for my biometrics in December of 2018. After my VAWA was approved early the same year, my case was last updated to show fingerprints were taken. It's been almost 2 years now. What's next?
Waiting on an interview, but if you haven't heard in 2 years, perhaps you want to call us. 2 years is a long time to wait.
Motonrayo Dorudola on YouTube asks, my husband, who's the stepfather of my son, wants to file for my son. I want him to come with my husband's name. How can I do this?
It's the stepfather?
So this is the mother that's talking, and her husband is the stepfather to her son, and she wants him to file for the son and wants the son to come with the husband's name. So how can
he won't. He'll come with his name, but after the child is here with a green card, your husband could either do an adoption, become his legal guardian, or just even do a name change if that's what you choose to do.
Kingdom Mindset on YouTube. What does it mean to have a financial relationship with your spouse?
It means that you commingle your funds and pay the debts of your joint marriage and your individual debts with your commingled funds that you earn and your spouse earns.
Okay, Teresita Ferrer on Facebook's asking, I'm a green card holder for 1 year and married to a U.S. citizen for about 18 years. I have a misdemeanor shoplifting case, and it was dismissed in February 2021. Can I travel outside the USA before the dismissal of the case and then return? How will this affect my U.S. citizenship?
Was it dismissed or it's pending to be dismissed?
The misdemeanor for shoplifting case was dismissed in February 2021.
So if it
will be dismissed. It hasn't been yet.
Don't travel till February 2021 because you'll be allowed back in the country because you don't have a conviction. So it sounds like they have an ACD, adjourned in contemplation of dismissal. But you're going to get hassled at the airport, and you know how important is it for you to travel to be hassled at the airport?
Mike Frew on YouTube. My son came to the U.S. over a year ago. He just turned 18 in April. I am eligible to file for my citizenship in June of 2020. Can my son benefit directly, or does he have to file for his green card separately?
He has to file for his naturalization separately. He already has a green card, right? What does he have?
He just nope. He just mentioned that his son turned 18. We don't know if he has anything. It's
how did he
more
come to the United States? We don't know.
Son came to.
All right. Assuming the son entered on a legal visa, you file an I-130 visa petition for him now, and if you were to become a citizen before he's 21, he would be eligible to adjust. But you got to have a visa petition filed and be a citizen all before he's 21.
Black Sunny on YouTube asks, hello, Mr. Brad. I just got my permanent resident 10-year on October 15, 2020. Do I need a status adjustment?
No.
Adnan Alizea on YouTube. If someone's wife divorced them in the very first month, no fault divorce, but they don't have a joint account, lease, or medical because the marriage is terminated early, how can he protect himself?
Protect himself from what?
That's
you got to ask your divorce attorney. You got to ask your divorce attorney. You're asking a divorce question or an immigration question?
Okay, Braddy on Instagram saying, hey, Brad, I filed for me and my family on January 7th, 2019, and USCIS received the file on the 8th. It was approved on the 12th. I filed just 1 day before my daughter turned 21. I applied for the EB1 Extraordinary Sportsman visa. She's a national level golf player. If she is eligible, that's great. But what is the best way to bring her here in the U.S.? We're all waiting for the interview date, but I have no update on my daughter's case.
Who's the golfer?
The daughter.
So what did she file?
So the father, Roddy, had filed just 1 day before the daughter turned 21. They applied
what? Filed what?
EB1 Extraordinary Sportsman visa.
For who? I'm confused.
For the daughter.
If she filed, the daughter is one of the top golfers in the world. The daughter would file an I-140 visa petition, whether it's before she's 21, after she's 21. They got to prove that fact, and then she would be eligible, if she's here in America, to adjust her status, or if she's in another country to get a green card. If you're saying that somebody else is the professional golfer and your daughter is a day under 21 when they filed the EB1, she's going to age out most likely.
So that's the case.
Most
they filed
likely.
the EB1 Extraordinary Sportsman
I don't know.
visa.
I don't know who's the golfer. Is it the daughter or somebody else?
So I said that she's a national level golf player. She's
Who
the
is?
daughter.
It's the daughter. The daughter.
So what is the difference if she's under 21 or over 21? There's no difference.
Is there no age out for the EB1 Extraordinary Sportsman Visa?
If you're a great golfer, what's the difference if you're 20, 21, 25, 30?
Okay.
That's why I was confused. If you're the best golfer in the world, you're still the best golfer at 22 as 20. There's no difference.
All right.
For employment-based, there's no difference if you're the primary person. That's why I was confused.
Got you.
Thank you, Yo-Yo.
Ashira on Instagram. Hi, Brad. My husband is an R1 visa, which makes me and my son R2. I'm aware the visa states no employment for R2. However, my husband made inquiries stating I can volunteer and be on a payroll legally.
Not
Can
true.
you confirm if this information is accurate?
Untrue.
Okay.
Work is work.
Right.
All right. Rikers on YouTube saying, I have a friend that got a B1 visa and he wants to know if he can adjust his status with a green card holder.
If he's in legal status and he's married, yes.
Okay, Gurpreet Singh on YouTube. Hi, Brad. How long is PIP processing time? I applied in July 2020. I live in California.
PIP? What's PIP stand for?
PIP processing? Am I missing this abbreviation, Yo-Yo?
PIP.
No, it says PIP processing. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what PIP means. And I'm sure it means something. I just don't know what it means. Tell me what it means, and then I'll tell you what's going on.
Okay, Floyd Green on YouTube saying, hey, Brad, my U.S. citizen sister is filing for me, and the case for the I-130 was approved in 2010 and sent to NBC. Is there a waiver that will allow me to process in U.S.? I have a minor child dependent.
Who filed for who? Brother,
the U.S.
sister?
citizen sister.
Unless you're 245I, which means you had to show something was filed, you were in the system prior to April 30th, 2001, and physically present on December 21st, 2000, then there would be a waiver. Otherwise, no. All right, two more, Vanessa. Two more.
Parole in place, is that a thing?
Parole in place. Yes, it is a thing. I'm not good with abbreviations. A parole in place, correct. That would make that would make a lot of sense. Now ask me the PIP one more time. Parole in place.
So how long is parole in place processing?
About 6 months.
Time.
6 months.
And
last question.
There we go. All right.
It's Fri-Yay. I can't think of what PIP stands for. Parole in place. Got it.
Never.
Right.
Our last one. Suzette Samuels on YouTube saying, my kids got through with the embassy in Jamaica last April, but put off for next. My daughter had a baby girl in August of this year. Will they allow my daughter to bring her here?
Who sponsored this child? Was it the mother?
So it's just saying that the kids got through with the embassy.
It depends. If they're in the F1, F2B, or F3 category, then yes, you could include the child who was just born. If they're immediate relative, meaning that it's filed by a U.S. citizen under the age of 21, then the answer is no. Unless they enter the United States on their first entry, they would allow a child under the age of 2. You have to go to the embassy on their first entry into America with their immigrant visa. You would be able to bring the child, and then the child would be paroled in, and then they would have to file for the child after they come here. How's that?
Right.
All right. Comments of the day. Comments of the day. Comments of the day. Let me use proper English.
Of the day comes from Life of a New Mom, Sasha and AJ Ford saying, it's Sasha Ford. Is this early Friday vibes?
It is. It is. It was early Fri-Yay vibes. You got it.
Our next one comes from one of our loyal and faves, Jessica Leamy, Joel Reed, saying, Schmackaroos is old school, Uncle Brad.
It is. It is. I said it was very uncool. Very uncool.
Just like Bucko is.
That's like Bucko. All right, Bucko. Last time you ever kicked dirt in my face. Kicked sand in my face, right? What was that from the old comics? Kicked sand in my face.
Hey, those buckaroos.
Yes.
All right, our
schmackaroos, sorry.
Our third comment of the day comes from Christopher Kane, and this is a good one, saying, Brad, you're the best. Never wrong. Everything you say is the truth. I really have a lot of respect for you. God bless you in all you do.
Wow, very nice, Christopher Kane. Thank you very much.
Okay, and let's wrap up this Fri-Yay with our last comment of the day. From Elizabeth Francis saying, one thing that's very obvious, it doesn't matter which immigration lawyer callers use, they're never confident with the answer they get from their lawyer. They always want a final word from the king of immigration, none other than Uncle Brad.
You know what?
You go.
That is an ongoing theme here.
That is a very intuitive. Very, very intuitive. Yeah. All right, Vanessa, have a happy birthday weekend. Enjoy Houston. Yo-Yo, enjoy your weekend. And I'm sure we'll all be in touch, but we'll see each other all, the squad, on Monday. Have a great weekend, guys. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.